Last Friday, I made the decision to dismiss one of our officers, Constable Jared Gelowitz. The officer had been on administrative duty since December of 2017 because of outstanding investigations, and those investigations have now been concluded and reviewed by the Crown. The decision to dismiss the officer was made after the Crown requested that we charge him under the Criminal Code of Canada for a count of aggravated assault and a count of common assault stemming from on-duty actions in two separate incidents. The officer was already facing a criminal charge of common assault for an unrelated on-duty incident that occurred in December of 2016, and that matter is currently before the courts. The two new charges relate to incidents from early 2017 that had been investigated internally and referred to the Crown for review. The first incident occurred on January 22nd, 2017, when a man was arrested after a foot pursuit. He received minor injuries during the arrest by Constable Gelowitz. Concerns about this incident were identified when it was reviewed by our Use of Force Committee. The Public Complaints Commission was notified at that time and provided oversight of the investigation that was conducted by our Professional Standards Division. In consultation with the Crown, a charge of common assault has now been laid against Mr. Gelowitz. The charge of aggravated assault relates to an incident that occurred on April 15th, 2017. Constable Gelowitz was involved in an arrest where injuries resulted. Two men had been found in a stolen vehicle and evaded officers' attempts to stop them. A tire deflation device was used and the two were stopped and brought into custody. Initially, it was thought that they had suffered some minor injuries during their arrest. However, later that date, it was found that the injuries to the driver were more serious. Our Major Crimes Unit began an investigation with oversight provided by the Ministry of Justice. The results of our investigation have been reviewed by the Crown, and a charge of aggravated assault was recommended against Gelowitz. Although the matters of the Criminal Code charges have yet to be completed through the judicial process, the decision to dismiss was based on maintaining public trust and confidence in our professionalism and in our standards. Mr. Gelowitz has the right of appeal under Section 61 of the Police Act, and in the event of the appeal, which must be filed within 30 days of his dismissal, there would be a hearing performed before an independent hearing officer who was designated by the minister responsible for the Police Act. Mr. Gelowitz is expected to appear at the Saskatoon Provincial Court on September 13th, 2018 at 2 p.m.